Hey, hello everyone. It's Mr. Skin. How you doing? Just going to do a little quick update on what's new and nude in movies and television this week. And there's always so much stuff. Last week we had a little fun with Halloween, but I wanted to get you caught up on some of the exciting things going on at MrSkin.com and what we think are the best new releases at our website. And I want to start with a cool new movie that was released on February 9th on pay-per-view called PVT Chat, I think short for Private Chat. But what I wanted to mention is if you remember the movie Uncut Gems, which is a Safdie brother movie, very intense. It's an Adam Sandler movie. I remember watching it I think I watched it in like December, right before the pandemic, a couple months before. It was a very popular movie. He plays a jeweler, and he's a gambling addict, and it's a dark movie. And it was weird for people because to see Adam Sandler in this movie, he wasn't Happy Gilmore by any means in this, but he's got all these debts. He's got these debt collectors all over him, and he's, trying some desperate measures to pay everyone back and stay afloat. And he's got some very bad people after him. And, of course, because he's, an addict and he's got all these issues. Of course, even though he's married with kids, he has a girlfriend, and the girl in that movie was played by Julia Fox. You would know, anyone who saw Uncut Gems remembers Julia Fox, the girl that he spied on in the closet while she was texting. Well, anyway, ever since that movie came out, I've had so many people on the radio, at our website. If I'm at a party, has the girl from Uncut Gems ever been nude? Well, the answer was only during some modeling she had done, but not in a movie until last week. This Private Chat movie came out, and I got to tell you, first of all, her nudity was everything you would expect as far as quality. She looks incredible. And I'd also say so far, it's my number one nude scene of 2021. So if you haven't seen Private Chat or don't know about it, definitely check it out. It's listed under PVT Chat, and she plays a cam girl. Masturbation, a lot of nudity. The guy, she's a cam girl. That's all you need to know, and tons of great skin. So that's a big deal at our website, Mr. Skin, because we've all been waiting for Julia Fox to get naked, and now it's happened. So you can check that out. The other thing, we'll switch to TV right now. That Losing Alice, which I think I've mentioned on here, it's that Apple TV show. I think there's 6 episodes in. They're almost done, but it stars Ayelet Zur, who's she's a director, kind of fading into obscurity. She's getting older, around 50 years old, and she meets this young kind of femme fatale named Lehi Kornowski's the actress's name. And what shocked us about Losing Alice is the fact that it's on Apple TV, which is not known for nudity, but there's just been great. Lee's been doing most of the nude scenes, but in the sixth episode, Ayelet Zur finally was nude, which is great. And what's interesting is I think tomorrow, the 7th episode airs of this. I think it's the final episode too of this season 1, and it looks like they'll have more nudes. Ayelet Zur in it is supposed to be directing this scene where she has to remain very professional while Lehi and some guy are having sex. So looking forward to the next episode. But again, the shock of this to me is the fact that it's from Apple TV and it's got all this great nudity, and we're encouraging more Apple TV shows to do it, like maybe a Ted Lasso or some of morning show, Jennifer Aniston. I'd love to see it, but I'm not holding my breath, but it's pretty cool to see. So Losing Alice, another great one. Also wanted to mention a television show. I don't think I've mentioned it to you guys here, but it's called 30 Coins, which, I guess you can't, I didn't mute my, it's called 30 Coins, and It's a it's a horror fantasy show from Spain on HBO Max, and it's about this exiled priest. He tries to escape his demons while living in this remote village. And I've got to tell you, one of the great things about all these platforms with Netflix and Hulu and now HBO Max is they're finding shows in these other countries that we never would have been able to watch before, and some of them just feature incredible nudity. This Megan Montanier, who probably nobody that's watching this has heard of, has had some of the best nudity of 2021, and she had a scene on the bed where she was laying on her stomach, and for you fans of Rear Burger out there, I have a great scene, but it's the sixth episode where it really got going, and this show did the reverse that we find with a lot of television shows. Is a lot of times TV shows will front load the good sex and nudity, and then it kind of slowly dwindles. This did the reverse. They started really slow, and it's picked up so much. So if you haven't seen 30 Coins on HBO, the horror fantasy show, really, really good nudity. And the main one is this Megan Montanier, the Spanish actress from the Spanish TV show. Now, also, I wanted to talk about Malcolm and Marie, a movie that came out within the last week or so. It's a drama. It's a romance starring John David Washington and Zendaya. You guys would know Zendaya, of course, from Euphoria and Disney and wherever else. But this guy's a director, and he's dating Zendaya, and they go to it's his movie premiere, and they await back at the apartment the critics' responses to the movie premiere. And it's directed by Sam Levinson, who's Barry Levinson's son, who also directs Euphoria. And this is one of those. This is starting to become common with COVID. Is I'm calling this like a COVID movie because it has a very small cast. It's basically just these two, and then it also has a very small crew that worked on the movie. If you look it up on IMDb, but it's just also because they're probably not doing much. Barry Levinson's son, or Sam Levinson, is probably not doing too much right now, so they knocked this movie out. But the reason I bring it up is Zendaya has what we are calling the best non-nude scene of the year. There's a scene of her in her underwear that is really, really smoking hot, as you can imagine. For all the nudity in Euphoria, Zendaya's been, skin-free so far. But this underwear scene is very, very hot, and I know a lot of people that work for us were talking about it and how good it was. So if you haven't seen Malcolm and Marie, it's a drama romance. It just came out. You could download it, pay-per-view movie, and it's directed by Sam Levinson from Euphoria. Last but not least, I did want to mention about this There's No I in Threesome, which is a HBO Max film that is getting a lot of attention. You've probably heard about it because it's basically supposed to be a documentary about a real life couple that decide that they could cheat on each other as long as they document and share the experience with their partner. Now, it's interesting because the problem is, and it's not a huge problem, but a lot of people think this is, how much is real and how much is staged. And I understand it because when you watch it, if this is supposed to be a real, couple, one of the issues is that they're both real actors with lots of credits, so it makes you think that maybe it's not, but it really doesn't matter. The fact that they're dealing or they're trying to show a couple that is in an open relationship and it's a topic that doesn't get talked too much about even today in movies or television. I just think it was really a cool idea, and it's from New Zealand. And the main characters is Jan Oliver Lux, or Ali. He's the credited director for the film, and it's supposed to be the year leading up to his marriage to Zoe, played by Natalie Medlock. And what's interesting is the very first scene. It opens with the main character stripping completely nude and jumping off a diving board together. And this Natalie Medlock does a lot of nudity, and obviously, as you guys can imagine, if you're going to do this and share the experience with your partner, it's probably a recipe for disaster. But again, it's just a cool idea. Whether it's real or not, who knows? We don't really care. We're digging it a lot, and it is from HBO Max. It's called "There's No I in Threesome," and it does show, though, the effects of COVID in the film industry, because this movie premiered at Sundance. Now, granted, Sundance isn't what it used to be. Everything's being viewed remotely, but that was only like 2 weeks ago, and one of our guys saw it and told us about it, and here it is like a week or two later, and it's on HBO Max. So I'm not complaining about it, but it's kind of something, usually when we would send Skin Scouts to film fests, there were many times we'd have to wait sometimes 2 years. Like, we'd know about nudity in movies 2 years out, and it would still hadn't been released in theaters. And here you have something that was at Sundance 2 weeks ago, and it's already on HBO Max. So that was the last thing I wanted to talk about. There's No I in Threesome. Natalie Medlock, great nudity. Is it real or not? I don't know, but her breasts are real. That's all you need to know. So I hope you enjoyed this week's update, and I think we might be doing a cool interview next week, but I'll be back updating in the coming weeks. Thank you so much.